feel like I'm in a new spot. Like I feel like I'm in like the next chapter, and it feels really good, especially coming out of like the pandemic. It kind of feels like, I don't know the best way to describe it, like a rekindling of an old relationship that you're like, man, I just missed you more than I thought, you know what I mean? Especially with stand-up, it's like a very interesting art because during the pandemic, I could only write so many jokes and talk into the corner of my room. You know what I mean? That you can only do it for so long. Where it's like with music, you can at least write a song at home and know it sounds good, but I can only talk to myself before people are like, is that guy crazy? You know, so to have this back feels really, really special. It feels really special this time.
What if I can't tell if a kid's going into anaphylactic shock? Or maybe it's just recess. These kids are just acting funny. Like, what if I can't tell? And the nurse of the school goes, honey, if you can't tell, it's real simple. Still, just take off the cap, stab him in the leg.
It really drives me. Like it's what makes me like excited. It's what I look forward to always. Like no matter what I'm doing that day, if I'm hanging out with friends, I love them. It's great. I love hanging out with them, but I'm always wondering like, okay, when's my next show? And then it was also good though because I feel like a lot of comics, we don't take breaks sometimes. Like you're always going so hard. So kind of a forced reset gave me a little bit of time to like reconnect with just myself. And then after that was all done, to just be like, all right, now you know what it feels like to be alone. Now you know what it feels like to not have this. So get back into it and have fun.
You're gonna grab the top of those covers real tautly, and then you're gonna fling them into the air. Hopefully you have a ceiling fan. Hopefully that motherfucker's on high. You're gonna hit that. It's gonna go all around the room in a beautiful display of trans fats.
I've kind of learned to like let go. You have no idea what's gonna happen next. So I've kind of learned to let go of expectations. You still have hopes and wants, but the expectations are going away. Now I'm just like, whatever happens, I'm happy to do it. I'm just as happy to be here at Helium as I am to just be in like a comic book shop. It feels just so good to be back. It's just like, I don't care what the room is, whatever, just talking to people. So now I try to like, not be like, oh man, I bombed, that joke was good, this sucked, that was good. I'm just like, hey, it was what it was, like, and now let's all just hang out and enjoy our lives. Because we really have one of the best jobs ever, because you get to go on stage, talk with people, have a good time, and then afterwards, you hang out with all these other comics who you love and you get along with, and it's a beautiful thing, man.
Threw it over his shoulder. I don't know if it went in the right bucket, but he threw it over his shoulder. And I said, thank you, and he said, thank you, and I said, you have a good day. And as I went to leave, he goes, hey man, you wanna know what I'm gonna do after work? And I said, I do not.
I think that the cool thing about Philly is I feel like no matter where I decided to go during my sets, like last night, they went with me. They were like, if you want to go dark, we'll go with you. If you want to go happy, we'll go with you. If you want to get personal. And so that's a good feeling on stage, because sometimes you're on stage and you're like, oh, I want to say this, but you like look at the audience, you're like, I don't think they'll follow me there. And it's cool to have a crowd that will follow you, whether, like last night we had a heckler, and the heckler it was funny. Like they were literally messing with me and I said something back to them, and then we had this whole bit with like the audience, and like, I don't mind that. Like I feel like a bad heckler, a drunk heckler, yeah, I don't like that, but a heckler that's just having fun, as much fun as just the person sitting up front and being quiet, and they like me and the energy stays up, I'm like, I could live up here for eternity. Like this is what heaven feels like to me. It's just messing around, just enjoying life, man. It's the best.